Okay, so Will's carb presently is set up for the carbs. Typically the fuel pressure on the carbs 2-3 psi, something like that. So he's got a low pressure fuel system, original fuel tank, the battery tray we're going to have to move around. We're going to be using a pro alloy fuel tank which makes use of the original fill point, the original level sensor, and it gives us an AN10 and an AN6 in and output on the fuel tank, which we can utilise to our AN lines and fittings. So yeah, first thing we've got to do is get all this out. I've taken the liberty already of draining the fuel last night. So yeah, we just got to put all this in, pull all this out, get the tank in. Okay, that's all the old fuel system out. Got a nice empty boot now. So what I do is grab our lovely pro alloy fuel tank. What a piece of kit. Okay, so as I say, this is the pro alloy tank. It is a road car, so you know, we're just going to make sure everything is just going to be as road orientated as possible. Normally you'd have your fuel filler in the top there if it were a motorsport car, but it isn't. So we're just using some decent quality parts in a road car for him. So yeah, this is our output to the fuel pump, which will connect in, and this will be the return from the fuel rail. We'll probably use some bulkhead fittings in the floor area somewhere to try and keep them completely apart. We're going to run the fuel lines outside of the car, again, road car. So yeah, we'll get the bracketry that's supplied again by Pro Alloy and get it bolted up and work forward from there. Happy days. So we're going to sort our fuel system out. We're going to put the pump in the back here. Ideally I'd like it to go here somewhere. First port of call is what sort of pump. I'm going to use a Bosch 044 industry standard pump. It's way over the top for what this needs. However, it's available off the shelf anywhere. It's likely to be available off the shelf for a whole lot longer yet. And you never know in the future. Hopefully we might convince him to put a YB in it. Anyway, don't piss about. Buy it from a proper Bosch supplier. There's plenty of fakes, copies of these on the internet. Again, just don't mess about. Get a proper one. I've got a bracket here, which we're going to mount it down in here with somewhere, hopefully. The Bosch pump comes with metric threads either side. It's something like 18 and a 12mm, I believe. So just make sure you get the correct adapters to go in the end. We've got AN10, AN6 to go either side of the pump. Normally you'd put the filter somewhere. I've got like this again Bosch filter. Normally you mount the filter somewhere near the pump as well, but I think what we might do is it might make a better job of it if we mounted it under the car somewhere. That way when he comes to change a filter he ain't gonna get fuel everywhere inside the car and stink the damn thing. So I think we'll mount this under the car somewhere nicely. It's a little bit more of a mess about, but I think it'll make a nicer job of it. So let's have a look, see if we can get all this lot bolted in here somewhere. So we'll just run through very quickly how to make off the AN ends for our PTFE hose. This is AN6 PTFE. This only applies to the PTFE hose. So we'll I always buy my bits and pieces from Torx. These guys, I think, like, value for money, they're excellent. Their customer service is fantastic, and I've never had a problem with any of their products either. It always seems like exceptional quality, especially for what you're actually paying. Okay, so this is our hose. You can see it's PTFE line. We've got that hard plastic type inner to the hose. So first things first is mind your bloody hand, because this stuff bites proper. Wherever you want to mark your bit of hose off to cut. I usually just get out like a, depending on the size of the hose, so you know, a little bit of a masking tape. So once you've got this tape on nice and tight right the way round, it doesn't have to be particularly accurate at the moment, because the benefits of having a bit of masking tape around it nice and tight is that you can now offer it up against wherever you're going to take it, against the car, and you can mark it with a pen or a pencil, whatever you want to do. So we've got that nice and tight on there. We want to trim this piece off, so let's just pop this in the vise here. These jaws, again, available just online anywhere really. Good cheap bit of kit. So I'm just going to clamp this up in there nice. Just protects the hose enough. And then we're just going to hacksaw. We'll just pretend we put a nice line on there. So as fine a TPI as you can on your hacksaw. And then we'll just chop through this, trying to be very careful. That tape will try and hold in some of these stainless braids, the wire, so, but just be careful because it will bite you. Okay. Right, don't rush it. You'll be absolutely fine. Right, okay. Okay, dead easy really now. Release this a little bit, move this forward, so we can clean all this up now in a bit. We can just airline that out. And what we want to do is get our fitting. We're just putting a straight AN6 fitting on this end. Again, make sure it's for the PTFE hose. You'll notice it immediately because it'll have a little ferrule. So we'll pop that down there. The back nut, that needs to go on now. Perfect whilst the tape is on, of course. Next little job, pull the tape off without getting stung. Okay. So next up, we just want to pull out the braid just away from the actual piece of pipe. Just check as well whilst you're there, make sure that there's no damage around the pipe. What we don't want is any of this wire against the pipe when we put the ferrule on. It won't seal else. So once we've got that nice, we can then get our ferrule. Ensure that goes over there nicely. Perfect. I use a piece of metal. Just happen to have a nice piece of stainless here. Push that back against there. Pipe shouldn't move. And what you're after is that pipe in there to come up against that ferrule. So that is perfect. Happy days. Right. So I next just try plunge this in, make sure everything is in there, lovely, make sure, perfect, happy days. Okay, dead easy. Next, insert the rest of the fitting in, screw this up against there, much as we can sensibly. Okay, and we can just release this very slightly, pull that back into there. Okay. So we want to screw that up nice and tight. Try and get yourself a set of these spanners if you're going to be playing with this a fair bit. Just avoid scratching these. They look absolutely bloody horrendous if they've not been tightened up, at least with the correct spanners, or even like a polished steel set of spanners would be okay, but always try and use these if I were you. Again, all these fittings have come from Torx. I'll try and get these in as tight as we can sensibly. There we go. Job is a good one made end. Right, we can go and put this on the car now and measure up for the other end. Well, I don't mind telling you that was a bloody awkward shape. We had the older cardboard aided design out, so got a nice aluminium one now, so that fits in there lovely. So we can now attach everything properly in there now. So I'm going to use a couple of bulkhead fittings out here to come out under the car. These again, AN6 bulkhead fittings. Make sure you get the right lock nut with it. So what I'm going to do is just use a little angle drill and spot through from this side. I've already marked it. And then I'm going to drill it, because I can come straight in from underneath. I'm going to drill it to the correct size afterwards.
going to run 2 pieces of AN6 PTFE fuel hose right the way down through. I'm going to mount it on. I had some idea of using some AN6 separators. If you're going to use these, make sure you get the actual PTFE ones. Now, what I thought is we could bore this out and use like an M5 screw, an M5 cap head, and put a nutsert just in there, and then hopefully we can just mount these all the way down this chassis leg. Just on nutserts, all nice, all the way down through, right up through. I reckon that'd be a nice job. Let's do that.
This is fairly straightforward. We're just marking up, centre punching and drilling at equal amounts down through the chassis leg. As with any car really, we just drilled into the chassis, so we've got some wax oil, we'll get in there and spray in all of those holes we just made. Then I just run around with a paint stick on all of the actual drilled holes that we bared the metal on, and once we've done that we can put some nutserts in.
Okay, that seems to have worked really well. We've got right the way down through. They're all at 300 except for this part here where the chassis leg goes a bit thinner, so I might put some heat shrink over the actual fuel hoses there just to make sure everything's okay in case they happen to rub, but I don't think they're gonna, but you never know. So yeah, we're all set now underneath. We're ready to accept some nice new fuel lines. So as my mate at JEK would say, I believe that is that job jobbed.
Final step of the fuel system is the fuel pressure regulator. I quite like the one that's going to go on the end of the rail. Again, just AN6 female fitting, and then we've just got an AN6 male on the bottom. This one just uses like a standard Bosch pressure regulator. So yeah, we're just going to use this one, bolt this one on. We don't need our vacuum reference on this as long as we tune it accordingly. We don't need to worry about that. So yeah, that just goes on there. I think it looks quite tidy. Happy days.
So before I finish up this video, which was just going to be on the fuel system, we've got like a little extra because basically me and Will had a little chat about the manifold, the exhaust manifold. Neither of us particularly happy with it, especially Will, to be frank. He'd had the thing made by some guy a long time ago and he was never happy with it, so we decided that we'd move forward, you know, when in Rome and all that. So we've now got like a Simpson manifold. So I'll turn the camera around so that you can see the difference. And well, it's just phenomenal. So we're gonna get this bolted in. The only like slight negative is that the new manifold comes quite close to the inner wing. So we're just going to put a little bit of heat protection on there. We'll get that done now, get a bit of heat protection in there, and then yeah, I'll just do a little video of me putting that in so that looks pretty, and yeah, we can move forward.
I'm pretty happy. We've got all of the hardware sorted now for the whole conversion. Fuel lines are all in and ready to go. Tanks in, pumps in, new exhaust is on. We took the time as well to take the cam cover off, send that off to get powder coated over at Foxy. Thanks, Lee. We've also put in some of these lead holders that clip into the side of the cam cover.
yeah, I'm really happy. Everything looks nice now. We've got the heat-proof foil on the side of the wing there. So yeah, so now's the exciting bit. We get to throw some wires in this. Right, see you in the next episode. Remember to like and subscribe. Have a wonderful day.